Hey everyone, it's me, Elna from twinsmommy.com. And for today, I'm going to share with you the summer Pinterest strategy to help you ramp up your blog income, okay? This is what I found out. I'm going to go through with it right now. So when I started blogging, I only focused on evergreen content. That's what you were told by SEO experts, if you remember from many years ago. This is to help with SEO ranking, and if you're lucky, it'll rank for years to come because it's evergreen. Now, I want to tell you that even though I switched it, evergreen can still help you work to, gain some traffic and stuff. But if you want traffic like now, like this season of life, then I would try this summer Pinterest strategy. But if you are focused on evergreen content and that's, humming along like it has for me, I just added this layer on top. Okay. So if you don't know what evergreen content is, those are the ideas that are relevant no matter what time of year you're reading it. So a lot of like baby stuff, like hospital baby bag, what's in your hospital baby bag, or your birth story, or newborn sleep schedules, those generally don't change year after year. There might be one or two new products, methods, things like that. But overall, the things that you mention in those posts are relevant no matter what time of the year it is. And you don't need to update it as frequently. I have a lot of built up evergreen content on my freelancing blog. The majority, I'd say 99.9% of those posts are evergreen. It is only recently that I've been writing about AI and now seasonal about summer stuff. So I am slowly trying to see if that will work. I'm also reviving my Pinterest profile, but I don't know if it's working. So I have some things. If you want me to create a video on what I'm doing with that blog and the Pinterest strategy on that, it's different. The topic isn't really popular, so I'm trying to work with it. So if you have a topic that is hard on Pinterest, maybe we can work together. Maybe a video could help you. So just let me know in the comments below. So I've grown blogs, to 100,000 page views with this method, like I've said, with this evergreen content method. But after AI took over and with all the new, Google updates and algorithm updates, it's becoming harder for bloggers to rank in Google. Although, my plan right now is to focus on those travel blogs that I'm going to use Google to find those travel blogs to help me form my family road trip. We're going to go somewhere this summer to a big city. So I need to know what to do with teens in that city. And so the perfect thing is a mom blog or a travel blog that can help me with that, what to do in that city. So I believe I can Google that. Of course, I can Pinterest that as well, but Google, I feel like I'm going to get a lot of content that's up to date. So I'm looking forward to that. Even though we are focusing on Pinterest marketing, don't shy away from evergreen content. So like those family road trip things are pretty evergreen, depending on what city you're talking about. They're all pretty much evergreen. Google will surface them up, and I in particular, so I will scroll to find the right ones, especially from family-oriented blogs. But that's why the main reason is I've turned to Pinterest, but a lot of people have also done the same. And with any new platform, it's a struggle to learn that platform and to get blog traffic. Personally, I've built several niche sites and many of them generate thousands per month. This is just for Twins Mommy here that every month I make or hit at least 1,000. In February, it was 2,000. So blogging on Pinterest works. It just takes time to build that repository of content. So let's look at what happened here. So like I said, I've been trying to pivot my blog to focus less on SEO evergreen topics and more seasonal topics. And for the last 2 years or so, that's what I've been doing. But I was doing it all wrong. For example, if it's July, I was writing posts for the summer, like beach activities for kids or ways to keep your dog cool in the summer, for example. These aren't posts that I've written, but the idea is the same. I was still doing a version of evergreen posts also by just publishing generic craft posts, like 30 easy clay crafts you can do, 50 fabric scrap projects, 10 profitable crafts for stay-at-home moms. And while these do well, they still do well on Pinterest. I wanted to just really capitalize on this seasonal content, which, I've been sort of harping on it in the last few videos, but I really want to capitalize on actual seasonal content and doing it the right way. So in March, okay, we're going backtracking history here. I created summer content. All right. So these are things that are beachy stuff, coastal things like that in March, where I was also creating content for the spring too. I mean, I was also late, so I was doing flower things and floral decor and things like that for spring, and how to, add spring a touch to your bathroom and things like that. So I was still doing my same old because I was like rushing. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's already spring. I got to create all this spring content, right? But because I was creating all that spring content, I was thinking ahead. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do some summer. Let me search some summer stuff. And so I created summer content. I only published a couple because, again, I'm really like want my blog to be cohesive. I personally don't like seeing fall stuff in July, but I mean, after this video, you might reconsider that, and I might reconsider that as well. Okay. And those posts that I published onto Pinterest, the pins, after about 90 days became like popular. They blew up. So, and I'll show you some screenshots down later in the video of what I mean. So let's go through what I'm doing right now to make more money with my blog posts. Now, I have been mentioning that I'm going to try to write seasonal content 90 days earlier. Instead of writing summer content in June, I'm going to be writing it in March. And if it's fall content for September, I'm going to try and write it in July. It's going to be hard for me, but I'm going to try and work on this plan. And I know a lot of bloggers have already done this, but I believe that if you start something new on your blog and just stick at it, it's going to there's going to be some results with that. That's what I was saying with my freelancing blog. I'm pinning to my old profile that's been sitting there for like 6 years and it's not doing anything. So I'm thinking if I try something new, try a new profile, do something different, then maybe I'll pick up some traction quicker, right? Because Pinterest is all about the new things, fresh new ideas, fresh new ways and marketing strategies. So that's what I'm thinking. So because I haven't been doing this, now that I am, I'm going to see results quicker. I'm going to pay attention to when the pin takes off. Now, this is only in hindsight after seeing what happened, but I realized that once I pin whatever seasonal content for 90 days out, about a month later is when Pinterest picks it up and starts sharing it around. For the most part, it's been about a month later. So if you see on your see more stats on Pinterest, so if you go here and see more stats, you can see if in a month later after putting it onto Pinterest, if a month later it takes off, then you have a signal there that perhaps it will continue to take off. And so when that happens, I'm going to pay close attention to that. And I'm going to try to create more content around that topic. So I should have done that for these March pieces of content in April when I noticed. If I had noticed, then I would have created more content in April for the summer, but I didn't. The third thing is I'm mixing trends with Pinterest keywords. I don't rely on trends alone, and I don't rely on the keyword tools alone. I'm going to be using both, and this is something new recently too, that I stopped using trends for the longest time, like over a year, and so now I'm picking it up again. So I like to look at what people are searching for right now and what's trending on Pinterest, and maybe I can capitalize on that trending topic. And then with pin clicks, it's not evergreen, but it's stable traffic. It's stable keywords that have always done well on Pinterest that I'm going to be using for my blog. Okay, so I do go much deeper into picking the right keyword in Pin and Win. It's very, very important to pick the right one so you can get almost immediate traffic. So that's in my course, Pin and Win. So these are the pins that I published 90 days ago. So this one was in May, and I used trends for this particular topic. And so you can see the lifespan. This is a 60-day outlook, but when I published it in May, nothing until the end of May. So early May, end of May, that it took off like immediately. Okay, so that's with trends, right? But with pin clicks, you can see it's a slower trajectory. This is a 60-day outlook as well. So it's a slower trajectory. Okay, I did this in March and it just sort of up and up and up and slowly grew. So there's two methods there for your keywords. If you trends is quick, but then it drops off. And then pin clicks you can use for those posts that slowly take off and continue to ride that train for months to come. Okay, so that's why I always encourage people to sign up to pin clicks. If you want to use my affiliate link, it helps me maintain my YouTube channel and my blogs as well. So thank you very much. I get a small kickback, but you can sign up for a free trial and it's very easy to use. If you want me to do a quick tutorial in a video, I can do that for you guys. It's something that I leverage in my Pin and Win course as well. Number 4, I'm creating more of what's already working. So of course, it sounds obvious. It's something that I wasn't really doing enough of though. So especially on Sponge Hacks, I'm looking at the posts that are already getting traffic and asking what's the next logical piece of that content. It's a little bit harder and I don't know if it's going to work. For example, these two posts, the hummingbird feeder and the bird feeder, all stem from a post that I wrote last year about bird baths. So I didn't want to make another bird bath piece of content, although maybe I should, but I don't know how to make it like totally different. It's just going to be the same piece of content, just a shorter list or whatever, So I decided to just add more to the hub of bird stuff and garden stuff. So maybe this will take off. Maybe I wrote it too late. I think I wrote it too late, but hopefully next year I will see traction. Same thing with my bird bath post. I don't believe I saw traction until this year. So there are some pieces like that where if you can write similar content, don't expect it to like take off immediately unless you try, like I said, monitor your pins. If it starts taking off a month later, see if you write a post similar to that at that time, it'll take off. Now I wrote these a year later, or several months later. Like I didn't do it a month after. So that's something to consider, that maybe you can really build on that trend or that pin click keyword strategy thing. You can build off of that and see if that works. For example, on your blog, if you have a DIY project that's gaining traction, what similar projects would the same reader also love? So I like to do, if you do a roundup of DIY projects, find the one that's the most popular. You can even search that in pin clicks to see under that keyword, there's going to be similar or single ideas. Find the most popular single idea and then create a blog post showing step-by-step how to do that single idea. So that's getting the content from that blog that's doing well on a roundup and then cutting it up into single ideas. I like that strategy as well. All right, so that's something to consider. So my bird bath, I could just take one out, but I don't know. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to expand my blog. That's just me. All right. So if you want more help with Pinterest marketing, make sure to download my free Pin to Profit Blueprint, where I tell you everything about making money with blogging and Pinterest. I show you how to do that. And it's just on my blog, twinsmommy.com. Right here, Pin to Profit Blueprint. All I need is your first name and your email address, and then you'll be put into my weekly newsletter that I have, where I share lots of Pinterest tips, blogging tips. FYI, I have preloaded all my newsletters for over the summer up until September. So you're going to get weekly content. I'm not the best at sending weekly content unless I preload it. So I preloaded it over the summer. So you're going to get nice weekly content of strategies for Pinterest and blogging stuff and just a whole bunch of things that I'm noticing right now that I can space it out. It could be a little bit more evergreen. And then every now and then if I notice something new, which I have, I'll go back into that newsletter and then add it in. So any new videos that I post or any new information that I post, open that upcoming newsletter and add it. So it's not old information that you're getting or whatever, just generic. It is as up to date as I can get it. I just need that help for me because I'm pretty busy as a mom right now. All right, so make sure you like this video. If you have any questions about this, summer Pinterest strategy, then post them down below. Like I said, if you want a video on what I'm doing with my freelancing blog with Pinterest, and then any other post ideas from this video, just post them down below and I can get them for you, hopefully. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.